Hey, I just wanted to tell you that this is my story that I'm fixing to read to you. In order for you to understand how I made it through on the other side, you have to understand the things that I went through and what God has shown me through all this, so that I can be healthy and be effective for what God called me to do. And it's a little outdated. I need to add some things at the end, but you'll pretty much get the drift. I wish that I could tell you that after my testimony that I lived a perfect, good, Christian, holy life and I never messed up again. But for me to do that, it would mean that I would deny my human self, my sinful nature. And that's not the case. I'm imperfect, but I'm perfect in who God made me to be. And I fall short daily. And, you know, everyone else does too. But it's how you get back up that makes the real difference in who you are and how you handle every day-to-day life. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to read my story. I prayed over it. I ask that you do the same, that you pray before you hear it, so that you can pick out the things that relate to you, the things that will give you hope, because that is my intent, is to give you hope. And what is hope? God is hope. He is love. He is everything. So, here I go. Hi, I'm Allison. I'm a believer in Christ and an adult child of a dysfunctional family who struggles with sexual addiction. I'm starting with my life verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. I spent the first part of my life in Athens, Alabama. Looking from the outside, people thought we were a happy, all-together family. We went to church, ate dinner, vacationed, and even prayed together. Barely anyone knew what was happening. My family had a secret. My mother was an addict, and I had a sister that died at birth. I was 2 when my sister died. I didn't know much about it except for the effects it had on my parents. My earliest memory as a child is when I was 4. I remember my dad telling me to be the strong one, that I had to keep us together. All I knew was I loved my dad and I wanted to do what he wanted. By the time I was 6, my mother's behavior was worse. I got through reading the children's Bible and I knew I needed Jesus in my life. That night with my dad, I prayed to receive Jesus into my heart because I knew without him, I'm not sure I would have gotten through the rest of my life. At 7, I remember my mother coming in my room and telling me goodnight, and she loved me. An hour later, my dad bust through the bedroom door, because my mother had overdosed. She had come home from the hospital, and I was worried and angry at her, and I felt I wasn't good enough for her or that she loved me enough. She also favored my sister, and that caused major depression and abandonment issues. My depression was really my anger internalized. My dad was in and out of town, working whatever job he could to support us. This only gave fuel to my abandonment issues. I thought my dad was supposed to protect me, but I put expectations on my father instead of looking to God. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to start a new video because you can only send a certain length. Okay, stay with me.